This week's video is all about your Bay Area housing update along with some coming soon news. I'm Roland here with Real Broker. Let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to start with in this video is home sales here in California. According to California Association of Realtors, home prices have dropped almost 37% in October of 2022 compared to the same time last year. Not only that, but sales in 8 of the 9 counties here in the Bay Area fell more than 35% in October. These trends and data shows us that the Bay Area housing market continues to decelerate from the crazy levels over the last 2 years.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad.
But keep in mind, this does offer advantageous conditions for those who waited out on the sidelines over the craziness of the last 2 years. So the double-edged sword of this scenario is our current interest rates are affecting buyers' hopes to get into the market. Now, there is slightly more inventory, which is a positive because inventory is still way too low. But as inventory increases, so does buyer competition as they get more options.
Bam!
So what I'm about to say next is the big question from everyone. The cost of purchasing a property has not yet decreased significantly. Now, this could largely be due to all of the high income earners here in the Bay Area. And for some people, they're just not feeling the recession as much as others. So this is really important to note. Just because the amount of sales are declining does not mean home prices are declining. The median sale price of a home in the Bay Area last month was at $1.25 million, which is only 0.5% less than September's price and only 2% less than the previous year's price. So if you're still waiting for this market to crash, I'm sorry, but it's just not gonna happen.
Happy now?
Here's my most important takeaway of this Bay Area housing update. Get prepared with your pre-approval as soon as possible because as interest rates continue to go down, buyer demand will continue to go up. So the second that you hit that point where it's more affordable for you and there's not a lot of competition on the property is the best deal that you're gonna get. Let's get on to the next topic. Do you guys remember when I said this?
I have 2 thoughts that come to mind when I see a company of this caliber doing something like this. One is who is gonna come in and start using this office space for something different or creative because there's gonna be a lot of opportunity in this space. And 2, are all these employees just gonna move to more rural areas of maybe California or just keep going out of state? And what are they gonna do with these salaries now that they don't have to be in such an overpriced, expensive city and spend about a quarter of their life commuting?
Well, it seems like we're moving in the step of the right direction as developers in the Bay Area are repurposing retail centers into more viable assets due to the uncertainty of the post-pandemic retail business. So for right now, specifically old-style department stores are being targeted because they've been struggling pre-pandemic and of course even more so post-pandemic. So this trend of redeveloping retail spaces has gained traction, of course, because of our massive housing shortage here in the Bay Area. Now, even though it's only retail for right now, with all of the office space coming up for lease, I do really see this becoming a trend to convert now office space into housing. So state lawmakers did pass AB 2011 and SB 6, which remove rezoning requirements of redevelopment on office space and retail space. Now, the only negative I see to this is some developers are questioning the feasibility of undertaking all of these costs when it comes to rezoning and redeveloping these properties. I do think we're gonna see some incentives to these builders when it comes to these redevelopments because they are gonna incur a lot of costs and it's going to be hard to make a profit. In lighter news, there has been a great family-friendly attraction at the Richmond waterfront, and if you haven't heard it, that attraction is Space Explorers The Infinite. This is a virtual reality experience that puts you on board with NASA astronauts. The team behind this experience worked with the ISS and NASA to put virtual reality cameras throughout the space station. As you step through the virtual ISS, you can transport through different scenes of life in outer space. The whole experience is broken up into 4 chapters with a final front row view of astronauts on a spacewalk. So this allows all of us who will probably never get the opportunity to go to space a little bit of a glimpse of what it's like up there. I actually got interviewed by CBS on my way out, so I'm gonna show a clip of this at the very end of the video. And the last topic is gonna be probably my favorite topic for today, rent-free permanent housing. And you're probably asking how in the hell is that possible, especially here in the Bay Area? A group of unhoused individuals in Oakland are buying up land and building their own community to get people off the street permanently. The 10,000 square foot lot was bought by a group of current and formerly unhoused individuals. They actually finished their first project earlier this year where they're providing 11 families with free housing, schooling, and healing-centered programming. The new land will provide up to 14 houses of tiny homes and handmade structures. It will be a place to call home for some of the hundreds of people that were evicted from the Caltrain's land earlier this year. Keep in mind, you guys, donations make this vision possible. It will cost $200,000 to start the building process, but what's interesting is communities in other states have already asked to copy the model which could create a movement that provide housing solutions for people that really need them most. I think this idea is genius, and I really think it's the best use of money that we can get here in the Bay Area. It's a lot safer to have tiny houses on lots than it is to have tents everywhere, which are huge fire hazards. As always, I'm Roland Osage with Real Broker, and if you're ever looking to move to the Bay Area or away from the Bay Area, my team and I would love to help. You have all of my contact info in the description below, along with my buyers and sellers guides, and I will see you on the next video.
Exclusive to hear more about